Welcome to the deep dive. So let's just get right into it. We're looking at that universal human problem. Why do we do things we know are bad for us?
Why do we scroll on our phones when we have a deadline? Or hit snooze instead of going to the gym?
Exactly. And the sources we've pulled together for this deep dive offer, well, a pretty confronting thesis.
It's that your brain was never actually designed for happiness or success. Not in the modern sense, anyway. It was designed for one thing and one thing only: survival.
And in our world today, that ancient operating system is pretty often working directly against us.
Right. So our goal here is to unpack that, to look at the 7 key ways this, let's call it outdated brain, sort of tricks us so we can stop being controlled by it.
Okay, so where do we start? The sources talk a lot about the brain's preference for ease, for comfort.
That's the foundation for everything. Your brain is an energy-saving machine. It will always, and I mean always, push you toward the path of least resistance.
The easy task, the familiar habit.
And crucially, the instant reward. It's wired for that immediate dopamine rush from, checking a notification or eating a snack over some far-off, uncertain goal.
That word, uncertainty, seems key key here. Is that why we get so paralyzed when we're about to start something big?
It's a huge part of it. To your brain, uncertainty equals danger. It takes a massive amount of energy to prepare for the unknown.
So when you hear that voice in your head saying, I'll just start tomorrow, or I'm not ready yet.
That isn't you being lazy. That's your brain's survival instinct kicking in. It's trying to keep you safe in your comfort zone, even if that zone is complete stagnation.
And this is where it gets a little devious, right? The self-deception part. Our brains tell us these comforting little
They're
stories.
master storytellers,
Yeah.
absolutely. You get the classic, I work better under pressure,
Right. So procrastinating is actually a strategy.
or I deserve a break first. And these lies, they stick because they protect our ego. They reduce that uncomfortable feeling of potentially failing.
But those stories drain our energy. And the sources are really clear that focus and willpower, they're not infinite, are they?
Not at all. It's a limited resource. Think of it like a battery. If you spend all morning on small, trivial decisions, what to wear, what to eat, which email to answer first, you have nothing left in the tank for the hard stuff.
Which is why routines are so important.
Exactly. They automate the small stuff to save that mental fuel for what really matters.
And that leads to what I think is the biggest mind-bending idea from all this.
Let me guess. Motivation comes after action.
Yes. We have it completely backward. We wait to feel ready to do something.
But the brain doesn't work that way. It needs proof. It waits for the results of an action before it releases the chemicals that make you feel motivated. You have to start the engine yourself.
So if fighting the brain is a losing battle because it's just doing its survival job, the solution is to outsmart it.
That's the only way. You have to work with the programming, not against it. And the strategies are actually pretty simple.
Okay, like what?
First, you start ridiculously small. If the brain fears the uncertainty of a big task, just give it a tiny, guaranteed win. Not write the report, but write one sentence.
Or put on my running shoes, just that one thing.
Just that one thing. Second, you have to hack the reward system. Create your own small, instant rewards for doing the hard things. Tie that dopamine hit to the good habit.
And the last piece seems to be about the environment, actively designing your space.
This is huge. Your brain is built to react to its surroundings. If your phone is next to you, scrolling is easier than working. So you have to design your space to make the good action the path of least resistance.
So really the big takeaway is your brain isn't your enemy. It's
just running on a very old, very efficient piece of software. And when you understand how the program works, you take away its power over you.
what really stands out to me is just how simple it is at its core. Survival first. Survival from discomfort, from effort. That reframes everything. It does. When you can finally recognize that the excuse you're hearing in your head is just evolutionary noise, you realize you have a choice. It's not a moral failing, it's just code.
So here's the final thought for you. Now that you know your brain is actively lying to you about needing to feel ready, what is the one crucial tiny action you will start right now instead of pushing it off to that imaginary energy-draining tomorrow?